had him put back behind bars.
In Fuchu prison.
That's right. I couldn't keep him here. She has broken her right shoulder, as well as the fibula, but her brain is perfect. You can sing with her. Because I know that I got the video from Iva. I processed it and found that it showed no sign of tampering, which means there can be no mistake. The boss was shot, and after pulling out his left eye, that makes the odds of her being the culprit behind the other murders very high. Or maybe she had accomplices. Either way, she's a criminal. That's why I am cooperating with you, Special Agent. I want it as bad as you do. The truth.
Computer, are the preparations done?
Ready anytime.
Let's get started.
Dante.
I know. 6-minute time limit. I'll be back before time's up.
Well then, let's begin.
Time to loosen up.
Do you always have to come in like that?
It is of the utmost importance.
At a time like this?
Times like this are perfect. Anyway, it appears to be an abandoned factory of some kind.
What could Boss be hiding here?
Somnium scan. A rusted metal. A door that looks like the anywhere door. It appears to be locked. A rusted metal door.
Break the lock with that.
Roger. It worked!
All right, open it.
Several keys have fallen.
One of them must be the right one.
I do not have time to try all of them.
Hopefully there's some kind of sign.
Indeed. key. It's a key. It's a key. It's a key. Whoa!
Doesn't look like this is it.
It could be related to what we saw beyond the door. It's a key. The ice pick is next to this key. It appears to be correct.
That's what I said.
The tag is labeled A.
I was right. Give me some credit.
That must mean we can use this key for something labeled A.
Come on.
A door that looks like the... Perhaps we can use the key I just picked up.
Yeah, try that.
It opened. Odd. Isn't this the third floor? What is going on here?
Looks like the floors are connected in a weird way.
Quite the troublesome dream.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
A door with B written. It does not appear to be locked. This is the second floor, but it is clearly not the door I just opened.
It's like a maze. I have to remember what door goes where.
Door... It doesn't appear to be locked. We're on the second floor again.
We leave the second floor and come right back to it? This is confusing.
A bookshelf. There is an obvious wire tied to it. An oil drum hung with wire. Following the wire. To be connected to the...
That looks intentional. Guess we have to try.
An oil drum.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Oh!
Guess you should check that door.
A rusted metal door. A rusted metal... It does not appear to be locked.
So we can't just grab one. We have to be careful.
It's a key with a watch. The hands indicate 3:45. This is not it.
Is the time on the clock relevant?
It would be quite the simple gimmick.
Or they just want us to think that.
True. It's a key with a watch, but the hands indicate 5 o'clock.
In the morning?
No, that is not what I mean. It's a key. The hands indicate 2:50.
This isn't it up.
If the time on the clock...
Something to do with it.
It's a... The hands indicate... Is this the correct answer?
Saturday night at 8 matches Renju's estimated time of death.
D is written on the tag. Let's go, Date. I will try the key.
Yeah, try it.
It opened. This door too.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
Rows of monitors and buttons. This appears to be old. I believe this computer controls the factory. It appears to require a key to act. A broken pipe. Steam is leaking. You want me to cover this hot?
Yeah.
You're making me do some dangerous thing. Perhaps double work? This won't be easy to cover. It's a broken... Just as I calculate.
You were surprised, admit it.
A rustic... I think I can open this door. This key has control panel written on the tab.
Control panel? The one right there?
Rows of... Rows of...
So?
I see. If we move the scaffold, a new route appears.
Okay, let's move it.
Door.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Door. What? The door. Door. Door.
Less than 1 minute. Hurry!
Door beep. A d-
Dante! 30 seconds!
a rust. A ru-
Dante, you're out of time!
Door. Rows of... There! Oh!
So?
I see. If we move the scaffold...
Okay, let's move it.
Door...
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Door... 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 Door...
Less than 1 minute. Hurry!
A door... A rust...
Dante! 30 seconds!
A door... Rows... Rows of... There! Oh!
So?
I see. If we move the scaffold, a new...
Okay, let's move it.
Door...
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Door. A door.
Less than 1 minute! Hurry!
Arrested me. Date, there is no. Rows of monitor. Rows of
Shrunk.
rows.
Oh.
I see. Rows of.
It extended.
Now we can use the route to door B. Door.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Door. Door. The first floor. This is the first time we've been here.
That big door. If we can see what's in there, we'll figure something out.
An Ready? Whoa! This somnium is awfully dangerous.
Hey, that door. Maybe we can open that one now.
Less than
Arrested.
1 minute! Hurry!
I'm going to open it.
Aiba, return to the control room on the 3rd floor.
At once!
What the hell is going on?
Date, what are you doing? 6 minutes are up!
Wait! Hitomi is...
Date, you can't go any longer! Force shutdown!
No! I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killings. Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Sejima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body. But who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person, and that person is... Yes, You, the person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not boss. The person inside boss's head.
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there. You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
I don't know where it started. But at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then, you got into Renju's. And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So. Who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cult storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body, inside her head.
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killer. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer. Saito Sajima. Congressman Sajima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
That's...
Regaining your memories are... Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain. See this? Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape. The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining. He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
Parallel worlds exist.
That was me.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was... perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite, the one being transferred into. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the... That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memory. I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
What's going on here?
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start? Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep, synced, switched personality, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick. I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old, abandoned subway line. Must have been around 8 p.m. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki. Then, I just waited for Mizuki. Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come. I called her a little before 5 p.m. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket. But then, something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on it, but I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to The rest went exactly as you already figured out. Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am, of course, referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date. To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind. But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred. I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sajima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this: I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day. There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about... The two shared a terrible... Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with a sedative, then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies, and after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces. I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house. This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location, Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare. Well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly? That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. It didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m. You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you? That should explain it. Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sink. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway. The prototype sink machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sink. That kept them docile. To harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you. That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you. I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you. Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris. Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss. Their stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personality.
How horrible.
Homicide is my hobby. I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you. It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me, but don't ask. It's embarrassing. This series of murders was like a journey for me. You know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. We always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home. The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back. My body.
What?
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, that's my old body. How are you finding it, Date? That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it. They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but the person who had this disorder was number 89. The original Cyclops.
That is what I believed as well, but we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned, only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain. Pewter must have known that.
No way.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And before that,
And before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year. I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital. But I still had those fragments of my mind left, just as I explained earlier. From a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's, but I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about... In there, in that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body. In other words...
That's... my real...
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 months.
And if I refuse?
I know it.
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kaburasaki district.
Aiba, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Computer! Contact headquarters!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request? Doctor, I'm her. Don't you care about what happens to her?
Date!
See? I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Dottie?
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What? Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You're the one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it.
Be seeing you.
Date, are you all right?
Everyone's dead. I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing.
Parallel worlds exist.
Could I have had...
You're awake.
Damn it!
I don't think you can release yourself.
Well, do something about it.
What is it you expect me to do?
Come out of my eye socket and get this off of me.
I cannot.
Why not?
My body has short-circuited. It must have been the electric currents from earlier.
Gah.
But fortunately, my communication functions are still operational. I attempted to reach HQ and Abyss personnel for support.
And?
No response.
They ignored you?
There must be pressure from the higher-ups, likely a result of Congressman Tsujima's interfering.
He thinks I'm investigating Monika's case.
That is not the only reason. So Tsujima holds a personal grudge against you. He wants you dead. That is likely why Pewter is attempting to delete my data.
Are you okay?
For now. But if they breach my final layer of ice, they will destroy me. I would cease to exist.
Saito Tsushima.
Oh, so you figured it out.
Renju's body on the ground, without his left eye. You were inside Renju, weren't you? You used the machine to exchange minds, then got rid of his body.
Close, but you're a little off. I didn't get rid of the body. He died of natural causes. But what interests me more is you. How do you know you can use the sync machine to exchange minds? The way you're talking makes me think you know why I took out his left eye. The current. Did it unlock your memory? Then tell me, this body was originally...
Mine.
That means your body...
This is your body, isn't it, Saito?
Well, if you know that much, then this should be easy. Give me back my body. Don't worry, I haven't killed them. Yet.
Yet?
The brain you are currently occupying has an interesting quirk. It releases a flood of dopamine and endorphins when it kills. I thought I'd take that brain back before killing those two. In front of you, of course. Which is why I haven't killed them yet. Such beautiful... I was going to begin the sync, but I think I've changed my mind. I want to see you mad, but what will really set you off?
If you don't shut your mouth right now...
All right, talking it is. What should I say? Do you have any questions for me? Oh, right. When I was fixing Shoko's body on the horse, her phone fell out of her clutch. I forgot that I had given her one. I didn't want to take it with me, and I didn't want to... So, I decided to push...
The merry-go-round horse's mouth was hollow, which allowed...
I was still in Renju's. My next target was... If I asked her to come to the abandoned factory, I even video called, but for some reason, this was around 5, I was still Renju, but I didn't think I would have any trouble getting her.
Date, do you remember... Saturday evening, after syncing with Ms. inside the Somnium, you thought you saw Iris's body. The time was 4:52 p.m. You told her.
Okay, don't lock the door and stay at home.
Iris didn't accept Saito's proposition because if you did not...
She would have been taken here.
I decided to pick her up in Renju's. I thought that if she saw me in person, she would... However...
You got in an accident around 6:10 p.m.
My plans were ruined, but my ultimate goal is still achievable. After the accident, my body was taken to... I regained consciousness, The surgery was a success, but Renju's organs were in a... But I had somewhere to be. I left the hospital, rented a car.
I know what happened after that. You got to the Sagan household at 2. You pushed the intercom button.
He was sweating buckets and he said, "Come with me."
You got Iris to come with you, but when you tried to bring her...
I got scared. I pulled my hand away.
Oh, you know that, but you're exactly... I was planning to put her to sleep in the car, but I didn't. The sleeping pills were inside... I was pushing my plan, and my body were both... I'm sure the painkillers were affecting me as well. My mind was scrambled, and I couldn't chase after. I needed to sleep. I managed to make it back here and collect... Next thing I knew, I woke up around noon on... Renju's body was about to... By Monday, Renju's body was almost complete. And of course, that's when I got a call from a Mr. Ammon, the man you call Pewter.
The boss told me that then Renju asked, "Is..."
When I heard that number 89 was coming to, I came up with a plan. Iris trusts this number 89. I thought I could use it to get... And there was another reason. I planned on eventually switching bodies. You and I would get our original bodies back. And after I do that, I will kill Iris in front of you while you're in this body. A rather nice plan, if I do say so. That's why I asked Pewter to help them. I wanted this body at all. I brought Rohan, who was inside number 89's body, to the abandoned factory. Rohan was my partner in the Cyclops serial killings 6 years. So naturally, we had a lot to talk about, but I didn't have much time left. Not to sound like a broken record, but Renju's body was almost done. It was. So I put Rohan to sleep and began this happened.
Renju.
It's just like I told you. He died of natural causes. Just mercenaries I hired. After I woke up Monday, I arranged the hit. They were expensive, but I had access to Renju's bank account. I paid them with his money. Of course, my intention was only to kidnap, but after I got this body, I didn't really need, but they had already been paid good money. I decided to leave the arrangements as they were, and then I told him about Iris and hiring I told him he could use them for whatever he needed, and he acted on his own without consult. I called Iris about 24 hours ago, Tuesday at 1:40 a.m. Long time no see. I'm sorry to call you out of the blue like this, but I need to see. Iris got so excited that I told her where to meet, and it was all I knew that if I looked like him.
I've been looking for him for 6...
I see. That is why Iris left Matsu.
So
You, Dante. Number 89's current body was originally...
After Iris got into the car, I put her to sleep. I restrained her and called Hitomi.
I have your daughter.
I used Iris to reel in Hitomi. Thanks for being smart. You did drag your... I was getting tired of waiting. I was only 12, but I remember it. On that day, 18 years ago, I heard my dad, I'm going to see Monica. I followed him. I got into a taxi and followed He went to the Harbor Warehouse District. I've only ever been happy when I was killing. Before Monica, I would kill cats and pigeons. It was the only way I could, but like a drug, I eventually grew a tolerance to it. Next, that's when I found out about Monica. That woman took my dad, and she stole all the happiness from so I chose her as a target. I was born with a brain disorder. I can't secrete oxytocin from my pituitary, and I didn't have a mother. Not a real one, I mean. My mom died giving birth to me, so naturally, my emotions toward my dad were... Sometimes I think if I didn't kill Monica, would things be... Maybe the murders 6 years ago never would have happened. Me, you, Rohan. Maybe none of us would have got... And maybe Shoko Nadami never would have gotten killed. Isn't destiny a curious... One mistake can change so many lives. Sorry, I don't have anything else to say to you. And even I'm growing tired of seeing that twisted, angry face. So, shall we get started? Give me my body. What a strange fake eye. Oh well. All right, it's ready.
This is the sink room. That was... Damn it, why can't I wake up? This doesn't look like footage from a surveillance camera. What? Am I being synced? Damn, what is going on? What? Damn it, what is this? Go to the sink. sync machine. It's a... What was he doing? Sinking. Again. Door? This wasn't here before. This is...
Help me! Help me!
blood. The pit. Blood. Damn. Oh, this. It's them.